everyone, this is Neelam and welcome you all on my YouTube channel Let's Know Science. In this video we will continue our chapter Fiber to Fabric, in which we will specially talk about the fabric wool. From where we get wool and how the processing of wool is done. In this video we will cover all these things. So keep watching this video till end and don't forget to like my video and subscribe my channel and share it too. Now first we come is the clothing. Why we need clothes? Well, clothes are our first basic need because clothes protect us from dust, dirt, insect biting and different weather condition. The clothes which we wear is depend upon the condition in which we live. For example, if we are living in a hot areas, we will prefer to wear cotton clothes because cotton absorbs the sweats and keep us cool. It allows the movement of air, so our body stay cool. And at the other hand, in hilly areas where the weather is cold, we prefer to wear woolen clothes. Why? Because woolen clothes trap body heat and prevent it from escaping. Next thing is fabric and fibers. Well, we get fiber naturally from the plants and animals. We can say the fibers are of two types, natural fibers and synthetic fiber. The source of natural fiber is plants and animals, whereas the synthetic fibers are made by chemicals. The example of synthetic fibers are rayon, polyester and acrylic and nylon. Well, when we see this graph, we can say that after fiber going through a processing, it converted into a yarn, and yarn after going through a many process converted into a fabric. After it, next is what are the sources of these fibers? The sources of these fibers are obtained from plants and animals. Plants fibers are most commonly used plant fibers are cotton and flax. And at the other hand, when we talk about the animal fibers, the commonly used animal fibers are silk and wool. And in this chapter, we will talk about wool. Before that, it is important that cotton fiber we get from the cotton plant and flax we get from the another plants like the stem. From the stem and the leaves we get flax, and this flax is now converted into a fabrics or yarns. Now proceed to the wool. Wool is the fiber derived from the hair of sheep or goat. The hair of other mammals such as alpacas, camel, yak may also called wool. So when we talk about that from where we get wool, so we can say that we get wool from sheep, goats, alpacas, camel and yak. Now we will proceed further to the wool. The wool yielding animal wear a thick coat of hair on its body. The hair keeps the animal warm and dry. The hairy skin of the sheep has two types of fibers, that is coarse breed hair and fine soft hair to the skin. When we talk about coarse hairs, the uses of coarse hair, we use coarse hair to make carpets and rugs, whereas the fine soft hairs are used to make woolen clothes. So in detail, let's see. Before that, it is important to know the sheep breeding. What is this sheep breeding? The quality and the quantity of wool depends upon the breed of sheep. Some sheep have fine hairs and some has coarse hairs. So we want to get a sheep which only have fine hairs. For that we do selective breeding. Yeah, the wild sheep has two types of hair on their body, coarse long hair and soft shortened hair near the skin. So selective breeding is done to get long soft hair in the offspring. Next we will talk about the wool from other animals. We have learned that we get wool from sheep. Apart of sheep, we get wool from yak, Angora goat, camel, Kashmiri goat, alpaca and vicuna. So these are the animals from which we get wools. Next we will talk about the processing of wool. When we want to do the processing of wool involves many steps. That is, first we come to shearing, then scoring, grading, carding, spinning, dyeing and knitting. So now we will discuss one by one. First we will talk about shearing. What is shearing? When the sheep has grown a thick coat of hair, that is called fleece, the hair is removed. The removal of fleece or hair from the sheep body is called shearing. It is done by the hands using a large razor or by using a machine. Normally shearing is done twice or thrice a year. It doesn't hurt the sheep. We can take an example. When we shave our head or when we cut our hairs, it doesn't hurt us. Similarly, the shearing doesn't hurt the sheep. After that comes is scoring. The sheared skin with hair is thoroughly washed in a tank to remove greasy dust and dirt. This is called scoring. So whatever hair we get after shearing is washed thoroughly in a water tank to remove the dust and grease, and this process is called scoring. Now after scoring we come to is the sorting. What is this sorting? The washed hair is now sent to the factory where sorting is done. Separating the fleece on the basis of their quality is called grading. The soft fluffy hairs called burr are removed or picked. The wool which we get from the shoulder of the sheep is of best quality, or from the side of the sheep isn't best in quality. So this best quality wool is used to make clothing, and a part of it, hind leg wool, is used to make carpets and rugs. Next comes is carding. The washed and graded wool is straightened and passing through a machine. The machine lay the fiber parallel to each other so they can easily be spun into a yarn. So we can say that carding is completely done by a machine in which fabrics are straightened or become parallel to each other, so it will easily get spun into a yarn. After that it comes to spinning. What is spinning? Spinning is a simple process. The clear fabrics are spun and rolled into a long thread called yarn. After it comes is dyeing. Yes, fibers are dyed in various colors as the natural fleece of sheep are black, brown and white in color. But we can see many colored wool in market. That is just because of this dyeing process. So dyeing process is basically done to make the wool colorful. So finally we come to knitting. One of the preferred methods to make woolen yarn into a cloth is knitting. It is done by knitting needles or by using machine. So finally we get sweaters, shawls, caps and scarves by knitting process. So that's all in our chapter wool. I hope you like it video. Don't forget to hit like button, subscribe my channel and share my video. Thank you so much.